Which college football players first broke racial barriers? Imagine a time when playing college football as a black athlete was almost unheard of at major schools. The story of how these pioneers changed the game is truly inspiring. In the early days of college football, most black players competed at historically black colleges and universities. But some brave athletes broke through racial barriers at predominantly white schools, paving the way for future generations. William H. Lewis and William Tecumseh Sherman Jackson played at Amherst College in Massachusetts from 1889 to 1891. Lewis later transferred to Harvard University and became the first black player to earn first-team All-America honors. Their achievements proved that black athletes could compete at the highest levels, even during segregation. At the University of Michigan, George Jewett became the first black football player in 1890. Jewett was a talented fullback and halfback, leading his team in rushing, scoring, and kicking. His teammates and opponents saw him as a top athlete, showing that black players could excel in big college programs. However, opportunities for black athletes remained rare for many decades afterward. In the Big Ten Conference, players like Kinney Holbrook at the University of Iowa in 1895 and Fred Patterson at Ohio State University in 1891 also broke racial barriers. These early trailblazers set important examples, but many colleges in the South and elsewhere kept strict segregation policies until the 1960s and 1970s. The integration of Southern college football happened later and was often driven by competition as much as social change. Leonard George scored a touchdown against the University of Alabama while playing for the Florida Gators, showing that black players could succeed in the South. His performance helped convince more schools to recruit black athletes. Other notable firsts include Willie Thrower, who became the first black quarterback in the Big Ten at Michigan State University, and Bobby Marshall, the first black player at the University of Minnesota. Bobby Robinson and Charles Williams were the first black starting quarterbacks at the University of Oregon. These players faced racism and isolation but proved their talent on the field, opening doors for others. Black college football at historically black colleges and universities also grew strong. Schools like Tuskegee and Morgan State built proud traditions and fierce rivalries, producing many talented black athletes. The first black college football game took place in 1892 between Biddle College and Livingston College in North Carolina. This game marked the start of a rich tradition that continues today. When we look at college football history and rivalries, the stories of these pioneers add depth and meaning. Their courage and skill helped shape the sport into what it is today. Recognizing their contributions reminds us how sport can reflect social change and progress. Their legacy lives on in the diverse rosters and the stories celebrated in halls of fame and history books. Understanding these early barriers and the players who broke them helps us see how far college football has come. It also shows how sport can be a powerful force for change. When talking about program history and rivalries, including these stories makes the game richer and more meaningful for everyone.